Thanks for listening to another dose of wisdom. These are collections of my thoughts and my learning path, which I hope to share with you, and hopefully we can all learn together. Now, we always learned by people's experience or reading a book, or sometimes our own experience. And of course, this is my objective, sharing with you my experience. Now, today's I want to talk about doing good and being good. Now, Buddhist is very interesting. Buddhist is one of the religions that strongly encourage people to do good. So why must we do good? Why must we do good things? A lot of people immediately can think of when we do good things, especially Buddhists, they would like to do good things for other people to hope that they actually gain some form of merits. And by doing good, they hope that the good will come back to them. Another group of people like to do good because they want to help somebody, and they genuinely wanted to help somebody. By means of genuinely helping someone is expecting no return, expecting nothing. It is merely an unconditional help to help people who needs help. And if you can help, that's a very noble cause. But most of the people actually help people with expecting something in return. That means I help you because you've helped me before. Or I'm nice to you because you're nice to me before. Or I'm nasty to you because you're nasty to me before. So these are actually very conditional. So may not be really a good way to do about it. Another form of people doing good is that they hope to get good karma. I'm not so sure about that because sometimes people say, "Oh, 好人没有好报," and they say, "Oh, I do something good, and then see what I get," And one of the reasons why that happened is we must check ourselves. What is the reason and what is the motivation for us to do something good? Why are we doing this action? Because most of the time, if you don't even think of why and you don't know the reason, then of course your consequences and the results will not be probably something that you expected. Like for example, if you put a cobra into your body and thinking that you are saving the cobra from the cold, of course the cobra has a likelihood to bite you. But if you have instead put it in the bag, okay, and you can keep it warm but not that close that it can bite you, and you have done the necessary precaution, then you have the right intention. And the next thing you need to do is that you must have the skillful methods to do it. So doing good is not so easy. But Buddhist has one big intention, especially the Mahayana Buddhism. Mahayana Buddhists actually have a special way to handle this doing good. And what is the purpose of doing good? A lot of time, people who are practicing Mahayana Buddhism says that, oh, I'm doing good for the sake of all sentient beings. And many of us know about the Bodhisattva vows for the sake of all sentient beings, and the bodhicitta that we are going to generate by caring for all sentient beings. It's actually not so simple. It's so easy to say for the sake of all sentient beings. It's really not easy to practice at all. How can we say for the sake of all sentient beings when we are still angry with somebody, or we still continue to scold somebody, or we hate somebody. So where is all sentient beings? All sentient beings mean every single one, including your enemy. And you must start with your enemy. It's always easy to like people who are cute, nice, beautiful, but it's very difficult to like your enemy. So we have to try. And the trying is the practice. So when we do good, what will happen to us? Do we really get something back in return? Do we expect to get good merits or good karma? Now, if you genuinely do something good without expecting a return, without expecting a, um, uh, someone else to treat you better, you will realize that you have a very strong, peaceful joy in your heart. I managed to help someone. Even though I'm not the best, but I still managed to help someone in the situation. And this joy actually make a lasting impression in our mind. Think about it. How many people have you helped? And you will feel more confident, you will feel more happy, you will be more gentle, you will be kinder, and slowly all this accumulation of all these values based on one experience can actually make you a better person. So most important when we do good is that at the end of the day we will be good ourselves. Now, if you don't do good, okay, you continue to do evil, then of course you end up to be an evil person. But if you do good and you repeatedly do good, you will be a better person. And slowly, you will actually manage to end your own suffering because you are a happier person. Try it. Because that is the biggest reward. Forget about merits. Forget about karma. Forget about the returns that you do when you do good. Now, I think this is important because all our actions a day can be either doing nothing, wasting our time, or doing good. And you count the actions you do every day. How many good things have you done? Write it down. Make an exercise book. Write it down. And if you realize the amount of work you do, actually, there are not much actions that you can say you are doing good. And when you realize that, then you realize why you suffer, why you are miserable, why you are unhappy, because you didn't do good. Let's try again. Let's do one good thing a day. Now, I give you a trick, okay? A simple trick. If you can, get a money box. Put in $1 a day. Small amount, okay? Put in $1 a day and tell yourself, I am going to use this money that I save $1 a day for charity, for someone else. And when you do that, you do something good that day. And you feel good that day. That moment of goodness will transform your mind. Start this exercise. You can donate it to any charity at the end of the month or at the end of the year or whatever. You will feel good. I think this is so important. And if you don't, then it really makes this life very meaningless. Why are we even surviving? You must remember, no matter what you do to others, okay, people will remember, somehow, they may not be able to repay you for your kindness, but if an opportunity arises, they will also do something good for others. So by spreading the good, you have spread goodness. And by spreading goodness, you make this world a happy place. Isn't it good enough? I think as Buddhists, stop thinking about only merit, stop thinking about karma, just do it. Do and change and understand why you are doing this good. And because of this, reflect on the goodness. Reflect on the goodness and reflect on the basis. That's why when we reflect and dedicate to all sentient beings, you can imagine suddenly this feeling of goodness multiplied. This feeling of goodness became so much stronger because now we are doing it not just for ourselves but for everyone. Whether it's our parents, our friends, or whatever, we can, or whoever, you know, we manage to do something nice. And when we close our eyes, think of the goodness that we have done, it is so powerful. And this thinking will one day change your mind to happiness. So, you want to be happy? You start do the good, and soon you will be good. Thank you very much for this